Hey, how's it going, guys? Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today I figured I'd give you guys a little tour of basically all the vehicles slash equipment that I currently own that's on wheels essentially. So we'll start from over here. This is my daily driver. This is a 2017 Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. So that's a 3-liter V6 turbo Eco Diesel, and this thing's pretty awesome. It's the Laramie, and it's the short bed, so I think it's like 5'6", and it's the, I think it's called Obsidian paint with a whole lot of chrome and whatnot. So I definitely like this truck a lot. I picked it up used with about 50,000 miles on it, and I kind of got it like right before the truck pandemic started, kind of like right before slash when it was starting pretty much. So definitely was a little more expensive than it would have been a few years back, but so far it's been really good for me. I also do all the maintenance, you know, pretty regularly and everything, but nothing really mod wise done to this. I kind of like it just how it is. It's very simple, easy to work on, no major issues. So gonna probably keep that one like it is. And then here is a 2016 Arctic Cat Wildcat Trail. And by the way, pretty much all of these cars and vehicles, I've done videos on Toasty DIY. If you guys want to take a look at that, well, on this channel, you guys can actually see the pretty much full videos and everything. But yeah, this thing's pretty awesome. This is the trail model, so it's good for 50-inch trails and everything. This one's for the most part stock. You know, in all honesty, I don't know like an absolute crap ton about it because I haven't had it for too long, but all the maintenance, everything's pretty good on it. You know, the aftermarket stuff's trailer hitch. I think the roll cage is factory. I think the window's technically like an option or add-on. I added this little soft top. I added the mirrors, added the rear view mirror, and then it did come factory, well, factory aftermarket with a winch and snow plow, which is actually right over there. And I think some of the decals might be aftermarket, but other than that, like, it's mostly stock. There's a few other like odds and ends in it that are aftermarket, but I'll give you guys a little peek in the inside. It's pretty good shape, some cracks and dings and dents, pretty much what a UTV should look like. But yeah, that thing's pretty awesome. This right here is my 1967 Datsun Roadster. I've had this now for about 4 years, 3 or 4 years. So like I said, 1967, 1600 is technically the real name, and it's a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder with twin Hitachi carburetors on it. So basically this one's actually pretty much stock. It was restored in like the 90s, so that's kind of where this paint job comes from. New rims and wheels I put on it. So obviously that's not stock, that's aftermarket. The roll bar is aftermarket. Some of the interior pieces are aftermarket, like there's some print stuff on there and whatnot, but yeah, this thing's in really good shape, and I definitely love driving this car. It feels like a little bit of a death trap sometimes, kind of like driving a giant go-kart, but it's a fun driver. This one right here is probably one of my favorite drives. This is my 1978 Dawson 280Z, and this actually has a turbo L28 ET in it. That's from a 280ZX, I think at 1980, and I've done a lot of work to this car. It doesn't look like it. This one looks way nicer. I've barely done anything to this one, but this one is probably the most work I've ever put into any of my cars, and mainly because I've just done so much to it in different ways. Like I've done, I think a couple engine swaps now. And then on top of that, like I've rebuilt one of the engines once. I had to rebuild the L28 ET in this because it blew up. So yeah, and then it's actually factory paint, and that's why it looks just like complete butt. It's been repaired some over the years too, so there's some mismatched colors and everything. But overall, it's in pretty good shape. It was really rusty when I got it, like floor pan's completely rusted. I've had all that replaced and repaired professionally, so it's in fairly good shape now. This right here is the workhorse. This is actually, Zach's dad gave this to me, kind of just get it out of his way. This is a 87 or 88 John Deere 165 Hydro, and it has like the, what do you call it, hydrostatic transmission in it, so it moves on its own really well, forward, reverse, different speeds and everything. I got a little wagon hooked up to it. Actually, a gorilla cart, I just did a video on that as well. Pretty much everything you're going to see, like I said, there's videos on. I actually haven't done a video on this though, and I also haven't done a video on the new dirt bike or the motorcycle, I don't think. So I need the videos on those. Actually, I've done videos on this. I'm being dumb. So just a couple things I got to do. But yeah, this thing's actually in great shape. I've kind of recently went through, and I wouldn't say really restored it, just got it kind of tip top again, tune up and everything, and yeah, it's awesome. For it being like a 1988, it runs and drives absolutely amazing. I actually just did a bunch of like really tall grass cutting with it, along with some very large sticks, and did pretty good. This is my 2021 Ktm Duke 390, which once again, mostly stock besides a little like side bag there. I think other than that, I don't really, and then a phone holder. That's like literally all I've done to it. So I kind of like stock vehicles for the most part when they're done right, and I think, you know, for the most part, usually when I buy something, I try to make sure it has decent reviews and that, you know, it was done mostly right from the factory. I don't like to have to buy something that people are like, oh, to make it good, you just have to do this. This is a 2021 Coleman BT200X. I have a video of this on the channel. So this is a 212cc Coleman pit bike, if you will. Some people also call them like doodle bugs, and they have a lot of nicknames, but really big mudding tires, really short turn radius. This thing's basically designed for like some really fun, just kind of trail riding. It's kind of designed to bring camping with you, really. That's like the perfect example. I mean, it's a Coleman. And you can replace these engines like all day with all different kinds of like the Predator, Honda. There's a lot of different makes and models you can get, and you can get bigger, smaller. And then the last vehicle is this. This is actually, I think, the newest one besides the John Deere. This is a 2011 KTM 350 SXF. That's a mouthful. And this one's pretty modified, both in good and bad ways. You know, like I think it has like a heavy duty clutch in it, and then a bunch of other crap that makes it kind of run, makes it very, it's definitely not a novice bike. I mean, it is a 350, so obviously it's kind of not novice anyways, but this is my first motorcycle my first dirt bike since my 80cc Suzuki that I had growing up. And yeah, this thing is just an absolute handful. It's a 4-stroke, which is nice, so you know, I'm not like burning oil or anything, but at the same time, it's just definitely not getting used to it. So hopefully after some more riding and stuff, I'm actually working on a trail with the John Deere there, and then hopefully I'll be able to actually kind of do some practice in my backyard, basically, of trail riding and everything, and hopefully that'll kind of help me appreciate the bike a little bit more. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll get one last walkthrough, and like I said, make sure you subscribe to Toasty DIY, because I'm always buying and selling things, mainly vehicle related and boat related and whatnot. So I definitely do like doing you know, little updates on what I currently have going on with vehicles and whatnot. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.